Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we are going to learn part 4 of your chapter number 10, that is Foreign Trade of India. Let's get started. In this video we are going to learn about trends in India's foreign trade since 2001. Means we are going to understand what are the uh, which are the countries where India is exporting the goods and which are the country from where India is importing the goods. So we will see in this video which are the countries where India has developed trade relations over the period of time. To develop trade relations is very important because as more and more trade relations with foreign countries are developed, we get more of foreign currency and our economy also rises. So earlier, that is before 1947, Britishers were ruling us. So what happened at that time? Britishers did not allow us, that is, did not allow India to have trade relations with different countries. They they were allowing only the countries where they were comfortable with. But after 1947, that is after when we got independence, India started expanding their business relations with different countries. Earlier it was at lower scale, but now India has very well developed in making trade relations. Also, India has started new industries, so our export has also increased. Any country to develop themselves, their export should be more than the import. So let us see recent trends in exports, that is engineering goods. According to Engineering Goods Export Promotion Council, that is EPC report, the share of engineering goods was 25% in India's total export in 2017 and 18. Engineering goods are those goods which are involved in making any machinery. So that could be your metal products, that could be your transport equipment. All these equipments will be called as engineering goods. So any machinery is required for engineering goods. So that was 25% in India's total export in 2017-18. So India has increased it to 25% till 2017-18 data. Within this category, some of the prominent exported items are transport equipment, including automobiles and auto components, machinery and instruments. So we are basically talking about machinery and instruments which are involved for making any big scale project. Then during the period 2010-2011 to 2014-15, exports of transport equipment have grown from $16 billion to $24.8 billion. You can see here there is rise in India's total export transport equipment export. Here we are talking about export of transport equipment, which was earlier $16 billion. It increased to $24.8 billion in 2014-15. Then comes petroleum products. Here we are basically right now talking about exporting trends, that is which are the products that India is exporting. So India's petroleum capacity increased significantly since 2001-2002. Earlier India was more importing petroleum, but then India also started its own production, and now India is exporting petroleum products, due to which India's net exporter of petroleum refinery product has increased. So India has increased the export of petroleum products, and earlier it was 4.3% of export in 2000-2001, which increased to 20.1% in 2013-14. So you can see there is increase from 4.33% to 20% in 2013-14 for the petroleum products. Then comes chemicals and chemical products. An important export item that has performed reasonably well over the last few years is chemical and chemical products. So the share of item was 10.4%, that is share of India's total export of chemical and chemical product in 2000 by 2014-15 is 10.4% of share in India's total export. Then comes gems and jewelries. That jewelries which you wear, and gems means stones. Precious stones are called as gems. So gems and jewelries are one of the major contributors to export earning in India. Even India has started exporting many gems and jewelries to different countries. So their share of total export from the products like gems and jewelries was 13.3% in some 2014 and 15. So these are, we are talking about these all goods where India is exporting and increasing, and over the years India has increased their export of such goods, that is gems and jewelries, then petroleum, then machinery, engineering goods, then chemicals, all these goods. Then comes textiles and ready-made garments. India is, remember one thing, India is leading exporting countries of textiles and ready-made garments in the world. So if you talk about world's data, India is a leading exporter there of ready-made garments and textiles. So textiles and garment exports together accounted for 11.3% of India's export in 2015 14-15. So if we count India's export in 2014-15 total export, that so textile and garment has contributed 11.3% of total exports of India in 2014 and 15. So what we saw was India's total exports, that how much India is exporting, and still it is exporting more and more goods, because then only a country can go towards the development and also increase the economy level. Now let us see what is the trends in import. Import means which are the products that India is importing from the other countries. Let us see petroleum. Petroleum has always remained the most important item of import or in India's trade in the pre as well as post reform period. So petroleum was a product that was India always importing from other countries. It had share of 27% in total imports in 1990-92, which currently stands at around 31%. So you can see there is increase, so from 1990-92 to till the date. If we see, there is increase of petroleum imports from 27% to 31%, but there is not much increase. That is because even India has started producing petroleum products. So now there is increase, but there is increase is not that much compared to uh, what it should be. So this is a good sign that India is not importing much of petroleum from other countries. Then comes fertilizers. Fertilizers are the things which are used for the agricultural production, to make the crop grow better. The share of fertilizers in import expenditure declined from 4.1% in 1990 to only 1.3% in 2016-17. Again, what could be the reason why the import of fertilizers has declined? That is, it has gone down from 4.1% to 1.3%. Yes, the reason is India has started making fertilizers in the country itself. So now we don't have to import it from other countries because we are making it in our own country. Then comes gold. After petroleum, the second most important imported item is gold. Earlier, it was $53.3 billion in 2011-12 that has given its share to India's total imports, which which declined to $27.5 billion in 2013-14. You can see it has declined. This decline is because of overall economy, overall recession, and also the production of gold has taken place in the country itself. So if it has increased, why we will import from other countries? That is the one reason. And second reason is that in what happens now, for example, take down the example of current situation. Now because of lockdown, many people are not buying gold, so then there is no need to import gold from other countries. So in case of recession also, India's overall gold import has gone down. Then comes iron and steel. The share of iron and steel in import expenditure declined from 4.9% to 2.1% in 2016-17. You can see many products import has declined as the time has passed out. Why? Because when India has started new industries, new development in the country itself, so we don't have to import it much from the other countries, and because of that, we are importing it less. Now let us see concept of balance of payment. What is the meaning of balance of payment? Balance of payment of a country is a systematic record of all international economic transactions of that country during a given period. When we talk about a given period, that means usually a year. So that is, we keep a record of, suppose if we talk about India, whatever countries India is having trade relation with, if we make a complete record of that business relations, that is called as balance of payments. Let us see else. According to Ellsworth, balance of payment is a summary statement of all the transactions. So all the transactions that has taken place in a year between the residents of one country and rest of the world. So that is from one country with the other countries, different foreign countries. It will be considered as balance of payments. According to Walter Cruz, the balance of payment of a country is systematic record of all the economic transactions completed between its residents and the rest of the world during a given period of time, usually a concept of 1 year. From the above definition, it is clear that the value of exchange of goods and services among the citizens, businessmen, firms, government, etc. is included in balance of payment. So whatever goods and services a country's resident is giving to the other country, other person who is living in another foreign country, that record will be considered in balance of payment. Now let us see balance of trade. Balance of trade means difference between the value of country's export and import for given period of time. So when a country's export is more than the import, it will be called as trade surplus. See, again I am saying export should be always more than the import for a country's growth. Is very important. So balance of trade means difference between countries export and import. So when export is more than import, it will be called as trade surplus. And if import is more than export, it will be called as trade deficit. So there are the definitions given by Bentham and Samuelson, Professor Bentham and Professor Samuelson. Let us see one of the definition of Professor Samuelson. If export value is greater than the import value, it is called as trade surplus. And if import value is greater than export value, then it is called as trade deficit. And as per according to Bentham, balance of trade of a country is a relation over a period between the values of export and import of physical goods. So whatever goods India is exporting and whatever goods India is importing from other countries, that the difference between these two will be called as balance of trade. So in this video, we have understood about balance of trade, that is the difference between India's import and export. Then also we have understood the concept of balance of payment. Now please do not mix these two concepts. One is balance of trade, where it is difference between import and export, and this is balance of payment, that is a systematic record of all international economic transactions that has taken place in of a country in a period of 1 year. And also we have seen the trades trends in import and trends in export, that is which are the products that has in that India is importing and which are the products that India is exporting and how it has grown over the period of time. I hope you have understood this video. This is the last video of your chapter. This is the last chapter and last video of the last chapter. Thank you so much.